video, I'm going to show you how to get your ebook using Lucidpress started and getting that set up. So you want to get to your account, and bear with me. Here we go. Okay, seriously. Okay, there we go. Drive. And you'll want to go to New, More, and Lucidpress. It is important for you to log in using this process initially. I will show you how that you can sync it to your Google Drive so that you have an extra copy on here. Our initial document is not going to be for print, it's going to be for tablets, so I'm going to get you to go down here and tap on that. There are some preset ones here, so you can kind of look through some of the layouts here. You can use some of these, but I'm just going to go with blank and get that started. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the folder, and I want to show you what it looks like, my original looks like. So I'm going to open that, and here is the title page. I can click on this arrow that toggles the thumbnail so you can see all the pages that I've worked on. And you can see on the left hand side, on the right hand side you'll be able to see what my orientation is. So I've decided to do a portrait landscape with a single spread and no margin differences. Okay, so you can adjust and drop the things where you want, how you want it. The way I did it was I created one page, and then I duplicated the pages along as we went. So if I go to page, you'll see a duplicate page option here. So you might want to consider creating a basic master page and then duplicating that, or saving that page as a template so that you can have a master to go with that. So what I did here is I put all kinds of things in layers. Everything's in layers. If you look down here at the bottom, you can bring up your list of layers. This is page 2, and as I select the text here, you can see I've selected, that's the text that goes with this. The image is here. The title is up here, and the large A is right there. Now, if I'm concerned about it moving around, I can go ahead and lock that. So I can lock the A under layout, and I can lock it so that it doesn't move. And you'll see that it has a blue indication here. So that's really handy if you keep clicking on things and they move it around. Another trick that I want to show you is the writing here. I used an adjusted background here. So if you look over on the side, I have created, my font is 14 point using Ubuntu font with black. However, on the shape, I have used a white fill that's partly transparent, and I can adjust this, and you can see the adjusted. So maybe you can choose, you might want to choose 50%, but you can decide on what you want there to make it a little bit easier to read. If it's just too if the two colors are too close together in shades and tints. Okay, so now one way you can do to share is you're going to be wanting to share with collaborators. So you're going to go up here to the share menu with collaborators, and then you're going to email that person and give them certain permissions. So you're going to work through that. That's your sharing process. Once we're finished completely with it, we're going to be downloading it as a Retina display. You're going to do it as a PDF, and then you're just going to go ahead and download, and that can actually take a while. And that so that's sort of the overview of how I did my book. I've got 28 pages, so the first page is a title page, and the last page is a little bit about this book. So you can see how I did the process. Now I'm just going to go to a blank document again. So here is my tablet document. I do not want it in, let's say if I wanted to do this in an alternate format, so it would be a landscape format. I can then decide how I want to set up my title page. So let's do something completely different. I see I've got margins on here that I don't really want, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So I'm just going to make a box here, and I'm going to fill it with a color, and I see I've got a border. I don't want that border. And I'll put a picture in here as well. Now you notice that I put all my pictures for the book into one folder, making it a whole lot easier to manage. So I think what I'll do is I'll just drag maybe this picture over here, fill that here. I can adjust the image by the crop feature, so I can drag more of this over. I can put my giant Irish lord in there. I can make it bigger. You should be able to have a pretty good idea of how to do all of these things. Hit enter to make it fit. Okay, I'm going to put that box back in here, and I'm going to turn that into a background for the whole page. Now, if I want to choose a color that is in my critter, I can go to Fill, hit the eyedropper, and I can choose a color that's on the Irish Lord itself. So I like that. That's good. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that in the background. I'm going to arrange it, so I'm going to send the item backward, and now I'm going to adjust that picture so I can do something like that. So there's I could do something like this. So, and then add the text here or on top. So many things that you can do. You can do exactly as you want, and design it exactly how you please. Once you have everything set up, tap on the page itself, and then you could go ahead and duplicate the page. And now I can just drop in a different picture. I can go over here to my images, and I can drop in another picture, and maybe this time I want this to be a color that is from here, so maybe I want that greeny color. So you can do some adjustments that way. And so now I've got the two pages of my book. So you might want to consider setting up your book before you drop the pictures. Another option is to write your text in Google Docs before you put it into Lucidpress. That way you can edit using Google Docs features. And in Google Docs, of course, you are able to do voice to text or voice typing. So if you struggle with writing, but you can speak your sentences, you can do it that way, which is super handy. I do have one set of headphones that has a speaker on it, so you could use that if you want. So the last thing I want to do is show you how to save it or sync it. Now I'm going to try and remember how to do this because it's been a while. So I'm going to save it. No, we're good with that. Now there's a way to sync, export to Google Drive. So now I can export that, it's going to leave a copy in my Google Drive for me so that I can access it directly. So let's see if I've got it there. So I'm going to go to the Lucidpress, and there it is. It's right there. So now if I want to access it again, I can just double click on that. So I hope that helps and that gets you started. If you have any questions, you can talk to me, talk to somebody else, or go online and search for a tutorial that might be more specific to what you're looking for. Good luck. Have fun.